Bob Lines today for the best in fall gardening. They're on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 3 for the gardening best in the same place since 1952.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. The Star Banner had this story yesterday, and it put out some situations that are a little scary, but true. And is the federal government has stopped its $300 supplement unemployment checks they were sending out on top of the state's unemployment checks. People are going to have to go back to work. And right now, Marion County, according to career source Citrus Levy Marion County has significant employee shortages in every occupation. There are 12,425 positions that need to be filled within the next 3 years in just the top 10 occupations, which includes jobs such as fast food workers, cashiers, and retail sales. Unemployment rate of 18.8% is where we are for waiters and waitresses. That's nearly 3 times higher than the unemployment rate of Marion County, which is 6.3%. Now's the time to go find a job. But are people going to go do it? You know, there are people that are still expecting another stimulus check. And by the way, Chuck Schumer of New York and Joe Biden are both calling for maybe look for another stimulus check. I think that's a bad idea because it keeps people on the couch and not in the workforce. Women are being pushed out of the workforce more than men. The main reason is that many children are being forced back home due to COVID-19. A parent needs to be home. Child care costs are also on the rise. Makes sense for some families to keep one family at home. Member at home, that usually ends up being mom. I mean, places, there are places all over the county, places you wouldn't think about that need help. Retail salesperson, fast food chain workers, 6,000 vacant positions right now over the next 3 years here in Marion County. They reopen to work. The numbers will go down quite a bit. Teenagers, young adults historically taking most of the jobs. We look getting younger folks back in the workforce, we're going to see those numbers start to go down. Places like party rentals places and stuff, they are having problems getting workers. They're using temporary workers because that's what they have to get. Here are the 3-year demands. The following list, according to Citrus Levy Marion, career source Citrus Levy Marion, is the top 10 occupations and number of needed jobs in our area in the next 3 years. Right now, cashiers, we're at a deficit of 1,987 jobs. That's 1,987 jobs that will come available over the next 3 years that they don't think they're going to be able to fill. Retail sales, 1,897. Fast food and county workers, 1,826. Laborers, freight, stock, material movers by hand, 1,180 workers over the next 3 years is what is needed. Waiters and waitresses over the next 3 years are going to need 1,161 in Marion County. Stockers and order fillers, 1,028 over the next 3 years in Marion County will be needed. Customer service reps, 960 over the next 3 years will be needed. Office clerks in general, 877 will be needed over the next 3 years, according to career source Citrus Levy Marion. Heavy tractor trailer truck drivers, 768 will be needed over the next 3 years. Landscaping and groundkeepers, 741 positions will be needed over the next 3 years, giving a 12,425 jobs in those top 10 areas that are needed over the next 3 years that Citrus Levy Marion, the career source of Citrus Levy Marion, believe is going to be a difficult fill. They don't think that those, they think that's going to be a difficult task to fill those jobs. There's plenty. for people to say there's no place to work. I had a guy, he said, man, I've been looking for a job, can't find a job. I go, well, what, you been looking in your closet at the house, the dining room at your house? Where you been looking for a job? It's almost I was driving through all the industrial area of Tues and AutoZone and FedEx and Amazon out that way. Every one of those properties have help wanted signs up. Every one of them. Got help wanted signs. Almost everywhere you go. I know of a restaurant that is opening now later than its normal hours because they don't have the staff to fill the restaurant. Hell, there's a couple fast food joints here in town that don't have their lobby open back up. It has nothing to do with COVID. They don't have enough employees to run the drive-thru and the lobby. People have to go back to work. And there's plenty of work out there. And, with the new mandate that everything's got to be $15 by 2026, I don't know how we're going to survive. We always figure it out some way. Small business owners always come up with the solutions to crisis created by government. That's what small businesses do. That's the entrepreneurial spirit. Figure out a way to be a success against regulations that really don't want you to be a success. But the fact that there's going to be a job deficit, according to Career Source, there's going to be a job deficit of 12,425 people over the next 3 years. That's a job deficit. The jobs are there, but they don't have the 12,425 people to fill those positions. That's what that means. I don't understand. And some of them take specialty training, like heavy tractor, heavy tractor trailer truck driver. I understand that takes training. But laborers, freight, stock, and material movers, fast food counter workers, cashiers. Yeah, you have to have some training, but it's not as extensive. A cashier, if you got the right POS system, you can train a cashier within 2 days. They could be doing great things for the POS system, or they're not cut out to be a cashier, one or the other. But this is concerning that there are 12,425 job opportunities over the next 3 years that might not get filled. I hear people all the I know a guy that's opening a restaurant. He said he scheduled, in the last 2 months, he scheduled over 150 interviews. 14 people have showed up. That's a problem, folks. That's not good. People have to go back to work. You got to get off the couch. You got to stop waiting for the government to send you another stimulus check. Who, by the way, watch what happens. I'm telling you, if the Democrats stay in power, there's going to be some legislation in the next year or 2 years that will tax you for those stimulus checks that they gave you. You're going to have to pay those stimulus checks back in the way of a taxation somehow. That's just my opinion. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Yeah, good morning. Florida State, wide right.
Thanks for the call, Jim.
Have a good day.
I just don't understand why people don't want to go back to work. Find something you like doing and go do it. There's plenty of opportunity out there. Plenty of chance to make money. The government's not going to keep sending you stimulus checks. And eventually they're going to tax you on the stimulus checks they sent you. Because that's what they do. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz.
Yes, good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
To your point, the government needs to get out of the employment business.
Thank you.
And let the private sector take care of itself.
It always has. That's called capitalism.
Yeah, except it's not that way anymore.
No, it's not. Small
But anyway,
business,
that's
small
gonna be
business, small business owners have solved the problems of labor the entire time we've been a nation. Why does the government think it's their
Correct.
job to solve it now?
So they can own us.
I'm not disagreeing with you. You're preaching to the choir.
It's going to be a long road back to where we need to be. But if people aren't given everything, they will learn that they have to go out and hunt and gather.
Remember
They got to survive.
a president in the 60s. Everybody knows this quote. A president in the 60s said, if you make them dependent on us, they have to vote for us.
You got it. I remember that.
That's all
I was
I'm
a
saying.
young kid at that time, but I remember.
A guy from Texas that was president said if you make them
and he had
dependent,
he
he had a bird for a
had
wife.
A bird for a wife.
He certainly did. If you make them dependent
But
on
anyways,
us,
it's gonna
they
be a
vote
long
for us.
road. It's a long road back, but I think we can take that road with the right people.
With the midterms are the key. That's the start.
Exactly.
The midterms are the start. Hey, thanks for the call.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Yep. That guy gets it. It's not rocket science, folks. Small business entrepreneurship, business ownership has solved the problems of labor in this country since the beginning of it. Yeah, has government had to come in and made sure there's not cruel and unusual stuff sometimes. But business and capitalism has always figured it out without the government intrusion, for the most part. And now the government doesn't want you to do that because you wouldn't need the government. They need you to need them so that you will vote for them. If you don't need them, you won't vote for them. Take a break, come back, wrap up the Tuesday edition of Ocala Talks right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention and God bless America.
Hi, I'm Dr. Manalfa. I know our city is only as great as our most vulnerable citizens, and that's why we must partner with local organizations to fight the rising numbers of homeless people. By shifting to a housing-first approach that centers on getting folks back on their feet and getting them the help they need, we can turn the tide. I believe in taking action and working hard to solve our problems. On September 21st, vote to reduce homelessness. Vote for Dr. Manalfa for mayor of Ocala.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666.